Unless you are literally living in a cave, you have probably heard of this game. At its peak, this game beat Fortnite for amount of players playing at one time by 7 million people. At one point, it had more people playing than the top 100 games on Steam combined. So what must a game like this do to surpass all of these legendary games? Well, you just kind of click some dirt. It grows into some squares, you sell the squares to buy more squares, and I've been playing for 10 hours. And yes, this is unironically my garden. Clearly, as a game developer myself, I can't just let this trend pass without doing anything. And I will show you all the stats of how well the game I'm about to make did at the end of this video. But I can't just make it exactly the same game, so the big question is, what do we grow? Well, there just so happens to be something else on the internet going absolutely crazy right now. It's Italian brain rot. Well, that was a good start. It took me about half an hour to figure out how to add this block texture to my grass. My montage earlier may have made you think that Grow a Garden is a simple game. Well, it's actually not. Want a plant that grows like this? You need to specifically tell it what to do with every single square for every single unique plant in the game. Then, if it grows fruit, you need to tell it where you want them, how big, how many, how specifically each square of the individual fruits grow. So, I started off with a simple task. Make this box start off small, then get bigger, which I very quickly handled with AI. Wait, this looks a bit like a... Fast forward about 2 days and it looks like absolutely nothing has changed, but believe it or not, I basically coded the entire game in that time. I made a system for giving players bases. I even made a system to save the player's base and inventory, which literally took an entire day. But the next task is the one I was dreading. Say hello to
Nobini Bananini.
Making him grow is, unfortunately, more complicated than making a box grow. It also just took me almost an hour to get this banana to stop falling off his bloody head. That was about 10 hours of work, but now we can give this code to any model we want and it will make it grow anything. The only problem is, we don't have any brain rots yet. Art isn't exactly my strong suit, and I have to model every single one myself. Which is why my distracted ass brain, which gets intimidated at any hint of difficulty, is currently having me watch police body cam videos on Facebook for hours. Over the next few days, my brain was slowly but surely rotting away as I was dragging each square into the correct place. My first brain rot looked kind of ugly, but I did start getting the hang of it. I was particularly proud of my
Ballerina Cappuccina
and my
Burbaloni Luliloli.
I've been at this for a very long time now, but unfortunately for me, I also have to give them bones and animate every single one. When I work in Unity, there's a website I use that does this completely for you, because otherwise it would take hours. Unfortunately, Roblox doesn't have that, so I have to give them bones myself. I have also never created a nice animation in my entire life, but this was actually less painful than I thought. I had a nice idle animation for each one of the little buggers fairly quickly. We now have ourselves a little brain rot lineup, folks. Now, like any self-respecting massive internet corporation, Roblox really likes the people that use their platforms to be absolutely glued to their screens and cannot pull away no matter what. Right now, our game has no chance of hitting the algorithm unless we satisfy the overlords. In Grow a Garden, there's plants that you can grow once and then sell, like a bamboo. But you can also grow a plant that grows fruit, like strawberries, and that plant can make you money forever. Now, some brain rots regrow parts of themselves that you can sell. So for Tung Tung Sahur, that is the bat. For Tralalero Tralala, that is the shoes. Another thing Grow a Garden does particularly well, which our game doesn't have, is making you want to keep coming back for more. In Grow a Garden, that is primarily due to the stock system. There are literally Discords with millions of people in them, which monitor the seeds that are in stock and ping everyone when a rare one is in stock. And if it is, God help Roblox's servers, because quite literally 10 million people people all go online at the exact same time wanting to buy that giant pinecone seed. So that is the next trick up my sleeve. My game now has a restock system. And a prettier map as well, because God forbid you miss the legendary Tralala Tralala that is in stock for 5 minutes every other week. If you've ever been elderly and addicted to gambling, you know what the rush of a jackpot on the fruit machine is like. When you grow a plant, it's always the same. There's some missing potential here. That's why when you plant, there's a very small chance of your plant being gold and an even smaller chance of it being diamond. And of course, there's also a chance of it being massive. So now the chance of getting the rarest brain rot is something like 0.1%, and that means there's something for players to grind for long term now. So that's all the big stuff done, but with game dev there's also a bunch of smaller tasks. Tooltips, letting people teleport, a notification system, and of course, the classic brain rot sound effects when you plant.
Tong tong sahur.
Which are all now done. So let's post the game and see how it does. So it's been about 3 weeks, and this is how the game is currently doing. It peaked last week at 700 users. It's currently sitting on just over 1 million visits. I've added some stuff like a weather system and daily quests to keep people playing for longer, which is why this video took so damn long to come out. And to answer probably the only question you care about, this is how much Robux it made with developer products, and this is how much it made with premium payouts, which brings our total to just over 200,000 Robux. And when you convert that, that's over $800. Not bad at all. See you in the next video.